Hello everyone, my name is Associate Professor Walid Jumlat Abdullah and I am the Assistant Chair of Students for the School of Social Sciences. Today, in this extremely brief talk, I will take you through the School of Social Sciences at NTU. Hopefully, you'll come to our open house for you to learn more about our school. So I basically have four main things to talk about: who we are, our identity, and then you can get to know our programs or professors or students, because it's important for you to know who we are, what we believe we stand for, our self-identity, to see if this is indeed something you are aligned to. And our identity, these are three values, three principles in which we build our programs, our student activities, our campus life in school, is the following. So we are supposed to be intellectually curious, and I think we are supposed to be empathetic and compassionate and socially conscious. And I always say to people, if you want to know whether you are interested in social sciences or you're interested in STEM, so do you like things more than you like people? If you like people more than you like things, then the social sciences is for you. If you like things more, probably STEM is for you. And this is something you yourself know. And for the social sciences, in terms of being intellectually curious, we believe that we should be questioning anything and everything, any social event, any social phenomenon, any ideology, even things that we accept as givens. Because what is a given today may not be a given in 10 years' time. And if it's going to be a constant, questioning it shouldn't worry us anyway. It would not completely dismantle the idea. So we must always be intellectually curious, always try to find out more, always ask questions. Secondly, hopefully our program will ensure that by the time you come out of it, you will become more empathetic towards the plight of others, more compassionate towards other people. Because it also ties in with our third identity, which is being socially conscious. A social science student, a good social science student, must always be conscious of what is going on in society, must be aware of what is going on in society. And I believe those who enter social sciences do so because they want to make society a better place. So, as to our programs, we have four programs or four departments: economics, psychology, public policy, and global affairs, which is essentially the political science equivalent of other universities, and sociology. And we have so we have single majors in each of these four programs. We also have integrated majors, economics and data sciences, and we have PPE, philosophy, politics, and economics. We have many double majors, psychology and media analytics, economics and media analytics, economics and psychology, econs and PPGA, which is public policy and global affairs, and environmental sciences and PPGA. And we also have a double degree program in engineering and economics. So a wide variety of choices. If you want to do the single major, that's great. If you want to do the double majors or the integrated majors, that would be useful as well. So just to give you a sense of our programs and what we deal with, I thought, okay, why don't I just let the evidence speak for itself, get what our professors have published. So let me talk about my colleagues, the professors from each department. And this is just a sample. And don't take my word for it. You can Google Scholar and type in the names of the professors. And you can see that generally in the School of Social Sciences, a lot of the professors are really well-renowned, world-beaters. They publish in top journals. They are internationally recognized for their work. And I'll try to show that in a while. So in psychology, you see the diversity of disciplines even within psychology itself, the sub-disciplines. So we have a publication on how it is scientifically proven that it is bad to lie to children, your own children, even if it's for as a white lie for noble purposes, quote unquote. We have how nutrition affects aggression. We have how a person should be allowed to die in a dignified manner, and so on. So this is from our psychology department. From economics, you can see both from macro and micro economics in terms of the publications, and behavioral economics as well. So you see energy consumption in OECD countries, and then you get to the behavioral side, the role of social connections in the racial segregation of US. When face masks signal social identity, and these are important shifts in econs, and this is really integrating the behavioral aspect, the human aspect of economics with the standard traditional idea of economics in terms of micro and macro. Next, we have sociology. And I think for psychology and for all of these programs, essentially social sciences is the study of human beings. So psychology, you're studying human behavior in a particular way. For economics, you're studying how the economy works and how decisions are made, both at the government, firm, and individual level. Sociology, you are studying social outcomes through the societal perspective, through the societal lens. Public policy and global affairs, which is essentially a sister discipline to sociology. You're studying policy outcomes. It's more at the elite level, government level, but of course, taking into account the societal perspective as well. So each of these majors, each of these disciplines strengthens each other, which is why there is a lot of cross-disciplinary and interdisciplinary programs. So I say that because we get a lot of questions about what sociology is, and people usually know what economics, and psychology are, but they may be less familiar with sociology. So sociology studies that, and you can see from this, study race, religion, so one of our colleagues published the Myanmar radical tradition, how revolution is understood in Buddhist society. We have what volunteering does for a person's quality of life. So it's quite a wide range of topics studied within sociology. For PPGA, that's the discipline I am from. So we have international relations. My colleague published on the Belt and Road Initiative and on ASEAN, and I published on the repeal of Section 377A. Another colleague of mine published on whether burqa bans make us safer, and their answer is no. So these are the sorts of topics that we discuss. And again, you can just take a look. These are the books. It's just a small sample. There are many, many more that I have with me. And this is just a small sample. So our colleagues have published all sorts of books pertaining to the subjects that I have discussed. And one of the ways to know how valued our colleagues are, my colleagues are in the national, international space, is to look at how much they are mentioned publicly, how much their works are mentioned publicly, how much they are involved in social and political discourse. And you can see, and this again, this is just a small sample from national media, and we even have some of our colleagues. So that's the bottom right for me of the screen. You see in the Independent, a UK outfit, one of my colleagues, Professor Victoria, her work is studied. Her work has been cited in the UK. It's in UK newspapers and all sorts of public mentions. Not just hers, and as you can see, there is a wide variety here from different professors, and there honestly, I am not exaggerating. There are many, many more. I had to stop after a while. I couldn't possibly take all of it. And just Google, don't take my word for it, just Google our professors. And this shows a recognition of our expertise at the international and national levels. And of course, when we talk about public mentions, I think I should mention this book, which is the best-selling academic book ever in Singapore's history. I think it has sold more than 35,000 copies. This is what inequality looks like. And it's by a sociologist at NTU, my colleague, Professor Teo Yoyen. And this has transformed the discourse on inequality in Singapore. And it goes back to our identity, right? What I said about being socially conscious. A good social scientist must always be socially conscious. And I am glad to say that Professor Teo is a colleague of mine, a friend of mine. And it is this sort of scholarship that we aspire towards, making social sciences relevant to the real world. Our students as well, and you can see that our students is a wide variety of pathways. A lot of them are in the civil service, many of them are not. So here we have Liana, who's a researcher in meltwater. We have Professor Amilin, who's a professor now at sociology. We have people going on to do their masters everywhere. So in Harvard, King's College, LSE, in Oxbridge, of course, and so on, all the top universities in the world. And the fact that they are doing their masters there is a recognition of our programs. Our programs are recognized by these universities. So whether you want to work immediately or whether you want to enter grad school, School of Social Sciences will be a good option for you. So some of the job titles of our students, and while ours is a general degree, and that means that there are some jobs which you cannot enter immediately. For instance, you can't be a lawyer or a doctor or an engineer. But most other jobs our students can do, because there are a few things that being in the social sciences train you. One is train you in, and one is critical thinking. You're able to look at things in a different way as opposed to your STEM counterparts. The second is your ability to write, and our students tend to write better than other students. Our students and the humanities students write better than other students, I believe. And the third is also to articulate your thoughts, because we do a lot of discussions in class and we train students, right? We force students to be able, even the very shy ones, to be able to express their ideas uh, in coherent and cogent ways. And that is an important skill, because a lot of your in throughout your working life, you will be speaking more than you're writing in many instances. So the pathways for the careers are really varied. And our students are also, like the professors also mentioned publicly a lot. We have environmental activists, we have student leaders. Our students organized a forum on fake news before POFMA was passed with now Minister Edwin Tong and now leader of the opposition Pritam Singh. You have the video, the screenshot of the parliamentary video. This is an MP, not our student, Miss Nadia Samdin, but she mentioned our student in parliament. And our students on campus, they do all sorts of things. So they organize forums with political office holders. They organize events with migrant workers, with the school custodians, the cleaners in school. I invite guest lecturers to my class all the time. So you see Professor Yaakob Ibrahim, a former minister, see Chua Mi Hong, one of the former editors of the Straits Times, and we have sports day where professors and students go up against each other as well, as part of our outside classroom activity, and that is the way for us to get to know each other better and develop relationships on a personal level. So essentially, the the campus life for the School of Social Sciences and in NTU in general is really vibrant, and there's something for everybody. If you're into academics, which our students are supposed to be, but some people are into it more than others, there's a lot of activities going on for you. But if you're into the social element of things, there's a lot of things going on for you as well. So I will end my presentation here. I hope to see all of you during our open house, and I will expand more on a lot of the things that I am talking about. So take care and goodbye.